Hey everyone, Adam here with Spirit 2 Performance. Just wrapped up my first quarter of chiropractic school today. Had my last final about 3 hours ago. And it's just crazy how fast time goes. And when you have that retrospective point of view on your life, it just really puts things into perspective as far as, the pace that life has. Never seems to slow down. If anything, it accelerates as we get older, which made me want to put this video out for you guys. Just a quick message on something that has helped me and done wonders as far as my personal development has gone, my growth, and my ability to constantly focus on getting better. And the idea is why you should disappear. And no, I don't mean disappear as far as go be a nomad in the forest and never tell anyone where you went and just fall off the face of the earth. But there is a premise to that. It's a concept. And the idea is that you should take time and intentionally remove yourself from the crowd. And the reason behind that is you need to be strategic as far as putting yourself in the best position possible to grow and to foster that growth. You'll never grow if you're just constantly pulled in different directions, focused on what everybody else is doing. So you need to take that time intentionally, pull yourself away from what everyone else is doing, and you'll be miles ahead of everybody else. So I guess we could start off by saying the first point would be shutting off the noise. And what do I mean by that? Well, you have to think of your brain as an auditorium, really. And in that auditorium, it's like everyone's trying to perform at one time. You have entertainment coming at you, information, opinions. All of this is competing for your attention. You are the product. So if your brain is constantly getting this influx of noise, you can never really sort through what is your own. You never get to have that silence and that peace to really diagnose where you are and where you want to be, because all you're taking is information in from everybody else, from all these outside sources. So that's where it comes in of intentionally removing things like social media, Netflix, It's basically anything that is going to hinder you in focusing on yourself. And I'm not saying for a lifetime. I'm talking about setting aside dedicated time. In reality, if you could give yourself, I would say 2 months unbroken, where you just focus on yourself and nothing else. You spend time with yourself, because that's something we're so scared to do these days, is spend time alone. Really think about what we want. We constantly are considering what other people want, which will be a big part of the next point I make. But really, it's about being able to know who you are, being able to build yourself. And you can't do that if you're always just observing and you're never building. So that's point number one, is definitely silence that noise, guys. Find peace in that auditorium in your own mind, and you'll definitely figure out what direction you want to take a lot quicker. Point number two is going to be resetting your reward system. If you're constantly obsessed with everybody else's opinion of what you're doing, your reward system is completely broken. Because another fallback of social media in our lives is that we get this instant gratification through likes, through comments, through shares, and it gives us this influx of dopamine. And so we start to attach ourselves, we start to associate worth with what's going on in social media. When in reality, the importance of your path has nothing to do with likes. It has nothing to do with what anyone considers to be important other than yourself. If you love what you're doing, if you have that passion to pursue it, that's exactly what you should be doing. You shouldn't be worried about what the world thinks. You shouldn't be worried even about what your close friends think, because you'll be surprised who hates on your journey just because they don't see themselves doing it, so they don't think you can do it. And that's another part of why you need to, disappear, is because if you're a part of the crowd, you will never stand out from the crowd. You have to step away. You have to separate yourself, guys. If you ever want to be the first to do something, if you ever want to be great, you can't be like everybody else. So you can't be afraid to step out. So that's another great part of it, is it kills fear. Because if you're always consumed with what people are going to think about you, you're always worried about, well, am I going to have the support? When you completely block that from your desire, when you completely block that desire from yourself, you're not worried about what people think. You're willing to take that next step, because even though you don't have that instant feedback, you're not blowing up, you're not trending. You know what you're doing is important because you're not attached to other people's opinions. And after years of grinding, years of hard work, then you start to see that come back. You start to see that feedback loop where people are supporting what you're doing, but that's because you've already done it. So don't be afraid, to just get started. Separate yourself, set your feet where you are, plant them, and just work, and just go and just grind, climb that hill. You will never be brave enough to get started if you're always waiting for people to support what you're doing. You can't rely on that, guys. And another part of all this is, going back, this ties all these points together, is that we live in a consumer or a consume society where everything we do, everything we touch is trying to buy our attention. 15 seconds at a time, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. It's slowly become more incremental, but all of that compounds, over the course of a day, to where we spend hours online, hours consuming all of this information. They create algorithms to keep your attention on your phone. All of this is meant to buy your time. And I'm telling you right now, your time and your attention is worth far more than they can pay you. What you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to create, is worth far more than just scrolling through your phone aimlessly. I'm talking about separating yourself, disappearing, taking that time intentionally to develop skills, to develop the part of yourself that you know is there, but isn't quite what it could be. That's that potential within yourself. You have to take who you are and just work to compound all of these small skills and make yourself an amazing talent. And it's done day by day. It's done hour by hour. So don't sacrifice that giving it to other people. You have to be a creator. And I believe we all are creators. Everyone has the ability to take something from within us and take a skill and put it out there and create that value. And again, you're not concerned about what people think about it because it's important to you. And when you're disassociated from what everyone else thinks, you're going to attack it. You're going to go after it. And you're going to keep your head down. And you're not getting stressed about, well, I'm not sure if this is the right move because I don't think people are going to respond to it. Man, don't worry about what people are going to respond to it. Just focus on yourself. That's why you disappear. Again, it comes back to that. You're focusing on your path, nobody else's. No one can take it from you when you're in your own space. If you want to stand apart, you have to stand apart, guys. And that's the message for today. Have a good one.